It's fine.
It's
fine.
It'll work.
Alex, we in them double digits, son.
I was going to say
double digits.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
I'm sorry. I stole your thunder.
It's all right, man, dude.
We're going to do it.
Steal my thunder.
Do it
down
and I did
under.
it.
Somebody needs to do it. Dude.
Hey.
Episode 10.
I'll show you some thunder from down under, son.
I'll show you 10.
Whoa.
I'll show you 10 from the base, bro.
Hey, guy.
Yeah. You won't have to round up, bro.
Easy.
Dude, yeah, I don't know, man. 10 episodes. That's what, 2.5 months?
Yeah.
Gosh. You should have to
Has it
do
been
that.
2.5
That's some
months?
Common Core math.
Jesus.
That's some Common Core math, bro.
I did not take Common Core.
No, I didn't either. No,
I don't know how that works.
Listen, where I come from, we cross multiply, then divide.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
You don't tell me what to do.
You better go after those parentheses first, son.
Yeah, the gospel is you do the parenthesis first, and then you do the
better.
brackets.
You
That's
better.
how that works. That's how America works. That's how math works.
Don't tell me any different.
I don't know what the kids are doing nowadays.
challenge
Nowadays, all these kids are hooking up with their teachers. When I was a kid, I don't know if call me old fashioned because we just had a conversation with your daughter about like how old school you and I are.
Yeah.
How out of date we are.
Clearly, we're older than we thought we were.
Dude, we're trying to hold on to our
old
youths. But no, nowadays, dude, kids are hooking up with their teachers. They're showing cleavage. Well, no. When we were in school, they were showing cleavage. Nowadays, they're shooting areolas, bro.
Not my daughter.
No.
Not
my
daughter.
We're talking teachers.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no. We're talking
That's
teachers.
fine.
No.
Teachers can show whatever they want.
No. We're talking. When I was a kid, dude, you saw cleavage. Nowadays, kids are seeing areolas. I don't support that at all. I
remember my third grade teacher.
Yeah.
Smoking hot.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I had any.
Everybody had a crush on her, though. It wasn't just me. Like it was.
I
wasn't a lone wolf. Like everybody
Really?
had a crush on her.
There was a Facebook group about of a support group.
Bro, I was in third grade. There was no such thing as Facebook. You gotta remember, I'm 48 years old.
All right, all the members of that.
I'm 52 years old right now, dude.
All the members of Who Thinks Mrs. Smith is banging.
That's how it was.
We're gonna meet at the monkey bars during recess.
I think
all
her
in favor say aye.
if I remember right, her name was Mrs. Webb.
You remember
Shout
that?
out to Mrs. Webb.
It is so impressive when people remember
Everybody
teacher
loved her,
names,
dude.
dude.
Everybody
I don't know.
loved her.
Mrs. Webb. So third grade teacher, Mrs.
Yeah.
Webb, what did she teach? Just like your general class? Like, is that?
Back then it was like you had homeroom, and then you had like X, Y, and Z. I think she might have taught social studies. Is that a real thing in third grade? Was there social?
X, Y, and Z, she examined your zipper, bro?
I wish she would.
Dude, how do you sign up for that class?
I probably had one or two dreams about her.
Oh, dude. Mrs.
One or two-
Webb?
Yeah.
Dude,
one or
you're
two
shooting
fantasies.
webs, bro, for sure.
One or two fantasies. I was shooting blanks. I was in third grade, son.
I don't know. Dude.
Gosh.
I'm trying. Okay, so
Get it
I'm
together.
I'm trying to think on the spot right now. I had
Your body ain't producing nothing in third grade. Kid.
I did have one cute teacher. She was in middle school. She taught French, and she hated me, dude. She hated me because I sucked. Like.
Are you talking third? Did you say third grade?
No, middle school. I think
okay.
I
Like you
might
had
have been
French in
eighth grade. Dude,
you went to a private school, didn't you?
Dude, je m'appelle Claude in like third grade. Horde.
Wow,
no,
dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm
impressed.
super sophisticated. It comes like I come with a 401k right out of the
school.
Dude. You know what, bro? Private school kids get Teslas. That's what they get.
Do they?
I never went.
You have a Tesla?
I'm still waiting. No, I'm still waiting on mine.
There's a guy at my gym that drives a Tesla.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is he pretentious?
I would say.
Have you talked to him?
I've never met him.
No?
Never met him.
Okay, so before I never really cared about Teslas until one of my buddies in Seattle got a Tesla. He let me
really?
drive it. He let me drive it, dude.
Whoa.
Honest, dude.
See, for me, I've never seen one in real life. I'll be honest.
You've never
makes
seen
me
one?
sound weird.
I've seen like
Until my
9 on
gym.
Eagle Road.
Well, until my gym. It's the first time I ever
Was it
saw.
the SUV or is it the sedan?
the car.
The sedan one. Okay,
Yeah,
sedan.
4-door.
Well, they're both cars, even though SUV is a car.
Well,
It was because there's an SUV one. The
would you
difference-
refer to
The SUV
would
one
you
has the
refer
wings.
to an SUV as a car?
No. Well, yeah. But
I wouldn't.
It's got the wing doors that come up. You ever seen those?
The car does.
The SUV.
Oh,
It has the back doors. They come
Oh, dude.
completely up
like
like
I
that.
said, the only Tesla I know is when Joe Rogan talks
about it.
Dude,
Okay,
I'll be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my insight.
Maybe I'm simple-minded.
So I reckon I don't know much for
Whatever.
true,
Yeah.
but I know that
I'll straight
hard
up
work.
say I've never seen one in real life until I saw the dude in my gym rolling in one.
And I'll be completely honest with you. Maybe up to 6 months ago, I'd have been like, "Okay, here's $100,000. What do you want to do with it?" I'd be like, "I'll get a Range Rover, supercharged Range Rover, easy."
Why wouldn't you?
Now
you would actually fall for the Tesla?
Yeah. So here's why. When I was in Seattle, my buddy, we had a few drinks. My buddy's like, "Hey, dude, you want to drive my Tesla?" And I'm like, I've been drinking. I was like, "Yeah, I want to drive a Tesla."
It drives itself, bro. It's fine.
That's literally kind of that.
Autopilot.
So we get into, he lives in this fancy condo in Seattle, and the parking spots were really tight. So he presses the remote on his keychain.
It says fairly tight parking.
That's right out of the gate.
I love that.
Subtitles and everything. Like fairly tight parking.
Only been around a little bit to parking.
That's how smart it is. Dude.
Slightly.
He goes, medium to small spot.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to drive today? You're like, you're right. I should.
Do you know this girl?
Yeah.
Do you know this parking spot well?
So
No,
he presses the button on his remote, and this thing drives out, and he lets go of the button, and the thing stops. We hop in the car, and I was like a poor person. I was trying to reach for the handle. He goes, "Dude, don't touch anything." And then the doors just open up. I get into this thing. We start. It accelerates.
Where are we going?
Where we going, Chief?
We don't need roads.
It goes 9 in Brooklyn. I was like, I'm on it.
Hey, you need to back up, Doc. Hey, 88 miles an hour at this range.
Dude.
We're going. We don't need roads.
We don't need no roads.
Famous quote from
Back to the Future.
Oh!
One for the
knows
foreigner.
it.
That's
knows
one for
it.
the foreigner.
Yeah.
So I get in this thing. First thing I feel is how responsive this thing is. Like nowadays, like these muscle cars, anything with a turbo in it, anything with a supercharger, it kind of takes like a quick little delay. Like you hammer it down and there's a little bit of a delay before it like shoots you, right? Not this thing, dude. You smash the accelerator, and with like as soon as it touches the bottom of the floorboard, you're out. You're out of the gates. It's so quick. But here's the trippy part. As soon as you let go of your gas pedal, it does what they call like regenerative braking, which the best way to explain it is braking when you're driving a stick shift car, braking with your gears. You know, you're going down the hill, you go from like fourth gear to third gear to second gear, and that's what it does.
It's like if you're driving a big truck.
Yeah, that's
you
exactly.
have a Jake brake on, where it's like
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Jake brake, it's actual engine braking itself. The engine actually slows itself down.
Is it a button? Is it a lever? What does it work?
It's a button that you flip on. It's called the Jake brake. You flip it on if you're driving like an 18-wheeler. Like I'm talking the big trucks.
Okay.
And the engine, it's actually engine braking.
It's not. It kind of gears itself, right?
Yeah, it goes.
And these are these manual semi trucks, like these like 18-wheelers that are like 12 gears or whatever.
Yeah.
Really?
Big tractor trailer.
Had no idea. Makes sense.
It's super loud. Like if you ever driven next to a tractor trailer,
is that when they
all
put?
Of a sudden it's like.
Is what happens on those semi trucks where like there's a set of wheels that comes down and then they usually skid down the road? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like usually it's towards the front. It's not part of the trailer. It's part of the truck itself. And it's before the last one. There's a set of tires that are usually hovered above ground, and then I guess essentially they hit something and those things come down. And then they part.
I don't know.
I didn't know if that was part of the.
I don't know anything about that, man. No, Jake brake is just it's
called a Jake brake.
Jake brake.
Interesting.
It's actually your engine braking itself. Like it's your engine slowing itself.
Just
down.
gearings and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's slowing itself down. It has nothing to do with your brakes itself.
Yeah,
it's your engine.
Yeah,
actually slowing itself down.
Interesting. So
it's just a quick way to slow yourself down.
Yeah.
If you're, God.
And that's the third time. This drink
issue, son.
We need a full-time EVS environmental service engineer, a gal that comes and just mops up the place.
Don't even watch this.
Oh, guys, if you have not yet watched the YouTube video, you need to stop listening to our stupid podcast on audio and watch the video because there's stuff that you're missing. Jared took his shirt off, spilled his drink, took his pants off, and now he's wiping the floors. He's currently wiping the floors with his shirt.
I started a small fire outside of my house.
Yeah.
A small forest fire.
He's wearing a Make America Great Again tankini, and it's incredible.
I'd love to get one.
And the tankini is becoming more and more sparkling as he's wiping. So that's one thing I noticed about the Tesla.
He's putting a sequin.
Yeah.
he's actually making it a sequin.
Yeah, he's got like it almost seems like a routine now. Like it seems like it's like a dance routine. So I was gonna say so that's one of the things I noticed.
Let's go back to Tesla.
So second thing I noticed about the Tesla is, first of all, it's got a frunk. just like that.
Front trunk?
Front trunk. Yeah, it's got a front trunk. A front.
A Volkswagen.
Which is weird. It's weird. Like, I don't care what car it is. It could be a Porsche. Like, it's weird when you're like, oh, here's I'm gonna put.
So
my
where's the
groceries
gears at? In the back? The trunk?
There's no gears. It's all underground.
It's battery powered,
it's all floorboard.
So what's in the back? Nothing?
Nothing. Trunk. Another trunk.
Too?
That's another trunk. Trunk.
Wow.
Trunk and a frunk.
I've never trunk and a frunk.
Dude,
trunk
it
and a
takes
frunk.
everything you have ever thought about a car, and it just
I like the girls with the trunk and the frunk.
You know what? Call us old school, right? Call us what? Mrs. Weber? Is that what her name was?
Mrs. Weber.
Is that the third grade teacher?
Oh yeah, Mrs. Webb.
Weber. Yeah.
God, good brain.
Yeah, you use her name right,
Mrs.
bro.
Webb. Yeah. Hope you're still out there.
Yo,
hey, give me a call.
Yo, this next song is going out
Girl,
to
hey,
Mrs. Webb. Girl,
Miss you. I
you're
need
beautiful.
you.
Yeah.
Your social studies. You really taught me right.
The song's called the song.
Still, yeah.
And,
I'm still a
my
history
fifth
buff. I'm still a history buff just because of you.
Girl, I want to learn.
I need you to teach me. I need you to teach me, girl.
Baby, when the lights go out.
It's beautiful. Dude.
Ah, gosh, it just
So cute.
Yeah. So a frunk, regenerative braking, the thing backs out of the car,
Right.
the tight spot. It's got so many stinking sensors around it. Those doors in the
Ton
back.
of horsepower, right? Like, they have
Dude, it
tons of
responds
horsepower.
so quick. Now, so here's the one thing I first of all, here's what tripped me out. He didn't even tell me about the self-driving component part because like I didn't know anything about Teslas. I knew that there's the idea of self-driving. So we're driving on this highway. He says, okay, so where you think the windshield wiper switches, pull that towards you. I pull it towards me, and he goes, now let go of the steering wheel and let go of the accelerator. And this thing,
That's some trust. That's a trust fall right there.
This is a gentleman
How
who knew
trustful are
that I
you?
had some drinks at his place. Now,
Yeah.
I had a few drinks. It's not like I'm like crazy, but I had a few drinks. I was like, I don't know. Would you trust somebody driving your $100,000 car?
I don't want to let go of the steering wheel.
He's like, you want to drive my car? Like, this is what, you want to drive my car? I'm like, yeah, I want to drive your car.
Hey, want to drive my car?
And so it's crazy because it's turning, and I'm like, dude, and it turned. Like, it blew my mind. It blew my socks right off.
Like you have a GPS set of where you're going, and it
No. What it does
turns,
is
or
no. It doesn't. No, it's not even that. It's more of like, okay, so we're on a highway, and I don't know if it does it on a regular streets, but it specifically we're using it on a highway. We're on a highway, and the idea is it's kind of like cruise control, right? Cruise control
Right.
is only
Right.
where you are right now. So it's kind of like, okay, this is the road that we're on. You flip and this is the speed limit we're going on. You flip the switch. It's on autopilot, and it's essentially going to stay that speed, I believe. I don't know if there's like a variance of like a 5 mile or whatever, but it's going to stay that speed, and it's essentially going to follow the entire road in any kind of curvature that it goes into. Super trippy.
So now, if you go up to a car that's going a lower speed than
It
you,
slows it down.
it won't pass it.
Nope, it slows it down.
Oh, so you have to pass it.
Is that a deal breaker?
Yeah.
Is that look? So you mean to tell me this thing is not going to do a burnout?
I'm a guy that's going to do 73 and a 65 at all times.
So
If it's
I don't know-
65, I'm going 8 miles an hour.
I don't know how the
That's
limits
my,
are set. I don't know how the limits are set.
So I'm passing people constantly.
Wow.
In a responsible manner,
I think
of course.
I think you have to
responsible manner, of course.
It
but
sounds like you have to put it in
I
baller
want my
mode.
Tesla to pass that.
You know, Elon.
Why won't it pass it?
I feel like he failed on this
Elon
one.
Musk.
Like I
Yeah.
feel like he tried.
I watched it.
Yeah, it doesn't work,
Hey,
Elon. Hey,
Elon.
you tried, buddy.
I watched you smoke weed on the Rogan show.
Yeah, you know, buddy.
Lost a lot of lovers off that, I hear.
You know, and
I wasn't upset at it,
seems
actually.
like Tesla's not doing so well.
It was super cool.
I want to be your friend.
Yeah, I do, kind of.
Listen, we were starting this like medical doctor practice thing. If
Did
wanna
you
be
see him
part-
before he became a billionaire, and then
Never.
now?
No, I've literally
Like, now
only
he's
known-
like a smoke show, dude.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, like he's a good-looking dude now.
He's okay.
But he had some. Well,
I wouldn't go home with him.
Well,
I have standards.
I'm not.
Why are you laughing? I have standards, bro.
He was like a Silicon Valley fucking kid, you know.
Yeah, but those guys, man.
And now
they're
he's
just
like,
those are
and
the
now
good
he's
guys.
like a full head of hair, like
Oh.
full cheekbones.
He's a little bit chubby now. He's getting a little fluffy, if you ask me.
Oh, okay. I don't
He
know
needs
about
to-
that. Oh,
I
the
would
last
say-
time I saw him, he's on the Rogan show. I was
Yeah. I wouldn't say he's chubby.
He's got some.
I'm sorry.
He had
I would
some
say-
work done. Let's just say. Let's put it that way.
his face looked glossy, like he had some bite.
He had some work done.
Botox. Is it true? Like
Yeah.
he had some work.
Well, I don't know that, but I think the eye test will tell you that. that he's had some work done? No.
I mean, his face looks glossy. And usually, people whose face looks glossy like that, it's usually
he looks like he's had some work done to me.
Interesting.
And now he's kind of like if you look at the old pictures of him to the new day pictures of him now.
I gotta look.
He didn't have a whole lot of hair.
I don't know. I was gonna.
He was losing some hair. I mean, he was a nerd guy. He was a nerdy fella.
I feel like if that guy just hires
and then all of a sudden you become a billionaire, you're like, I'm gonna go ahead and why wouldn't you?
With that kind of money, I would hire a full-time. Kevin Hart has like a full-time trainer. The guy goes with him everywhere he goes. Doesn't matter where they are. He just like, okay, here's the workout of the day. Anywhere. That's what Elon Musk needs. But he has to have the drive. I don't think he has the drive.
Speaking of Kevin Hart, have you watched his newest special?
Oh, no, I have not.
It's hilarious.
Is it?
He looks like a different person, man. He's jacked, dude. Like
he is jacked. You know why? He does boxing now.
He
does boxing.
I don't think that's a good
look.
I don't think that's a good look.
Do you think he's too
Dane Cook did the same thing. Remember when Dane Cook first blew up from being he was always pretty intense and always he'd always wear like tank tops and stuff in his specials. But then once he actually got big, like he blew up. Like he got
chubby now though.
He got roidy.
Is that what he did?
Oh yeah.
Do you think he did roids?
He definitely got roidy.
All the roids?
For sure. When he did what was it called? Vicious Circle. Vicious Circle, he was just veined up, dude. Just veined up.
Was he like Carrot Top veined? Or
no, not that.
Nobody's
not that
veined
up, but
the only person that's like Carrot Top veined is the Mountain.
But I think Kevin Hart was pretty veined up in his new one, his new special. Yeah,
interesting. I know that for a fact.
New Netflix special, he looks veined up. He looks like a different guy. In my opinion, no joke, he looks like a different person.
Really?
From the guy I've seen on his movies and stuff. Like he's got like the thick neck and the veined face.
So here's my only So I just recently watched him on Rogan. Like I think he was like this week on it, and I didn't see that part. I didn't notice that he was like different or anything. But he did mention about how like he's into boxing now. That's like his thing, and like he's not intending to compete or anything like that. He just wants to stick to it, you know. But
they never intend
shredded,
right?
He shredded like he's. I mean, there's a picture of him. Like, first of all, everybody's talking about how he's moving like a boxer. Like he knows how to move like a boxer. Hey. Well,
come on.
Hey, I don't know. People are talking.
Yeah, he's putting up some weight. I got mad respect for that.
I mean, we haven't seen him move, right? We can't say he's not, right? I mean, I'm you know me. I'm always down to hate, but I mean, we haven't seen him move, right?
You don't just
he's not Brian Callen
throwing.
He's not just throwing combinations. He's not shadow boxing and saying he's
a boxer. You know what I mean?
Well, but I think that's the thing is he got actually a legit training coach, boxing coach, and what he was telling Rogan is one thing is he's not intending to fight. He's not intending. He's gonna spar. He's sparring. He says one thing is his mom always taught him to when he takes something on, you finish it to conclusion. And he says when he first started doing boxing, he's like, I just want to do this for working out reasons. And then he's like, what am I doing? Like, am I ever going to fight? Am I ever going to, like, no, I'm not. Yeah. And then he's like, well, I can't quit now. So he's like, what I'm going to do now is I want to learn the science behind it and the art. I want to learn what does it look like to cover? What does it look like to turtle? What does it look like to move my feet? And why? And appreciate it whenever I actually watch a professional do it. And so that's how the way he kind of explained it. And I thought that was a pretty good explanation behind it. Dude, Kevin Hart is one of those people that I had a lot of respect for that dude, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because he's a family guy. I don't know if it's because he's just a funny guy. But until he started talking on Rogan, dude, until he started talking about
him as a family guy.
Yeah, he's got two kids, a daughter and a son. And he's super. I mean, yeah, he's divorced and started all over. Hey,
you guys all know. Yeah, you guys all know. I don't need to bring it up to Alex.
It's on the nose.
I know the truth.
I saw what happened. Oh, I was there. I was getting a vodka soda, Cheetos and soda, and Kevin Hart was just right there with
plenty of videos out about it, about how much of a family man he is. Yeah. He's not a family man.
But listen,
but he is funny. Yeah. And I appreciate his comedy. I think it's great. Yeah. He's one of the few stand-up comedians that I'll actually watch.
Really?
I'm like,
there's not a lot you'll watch.
No, I don't really like. I've never been a big watch a special.
Oh, you're.
Whoa, I don't know, bro.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Dang it.
We've talked about racism before. You had some questionable things come up.
No. Just comedians in general. I don't watch a whole lot of specials in general, but I'll try to watch his.
I try to watch it. He never disappoints. I mean, we know that. But I was blown away about his mind of like positivity and his drive. Like he was even telling Rogan even like how he does.
Super happy guy.
super happy, super driven. Everything is planned out to the T. Like his whole life is planned out to the T, but like not in a sad way. Where you're like, when do you even like? No, like it's like nothing is spontaneous. Nothing is like everything is sought out, planned out, and thought out. Like he was telling Rogan about. Because you know how they all do, like Rogan, they'll go to not the Laugh Factory, but the comedy club, and they'll practice their runs, right?
We need to make a plan to go there.
Oh, I would be so down.
Like a round trip to LA right now.
I would be so down.
Cheap. A round trip to LA is dirt cheap. Dude.
Oh, I would be so down.
We should do it.
Yours or my birthday? We should do that.
Maybe for the 40th. This guy's 40th.
Are you in July or August? July. 4th of July weekend usually.
When are you? 16th.
16th?
July 16th.
Let's plan that. That'd be so much fun. That'd be so much fun. I think Irene would be down for that too.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, let's do like a couple's
dirt cheap.
Dude, couple's trip to LA.
Round trip
for like
to
a weekend.
LA right now?
Yeah.
Dirt cheap, man.
Let's do that. Pinky promise?
I haven't talked to my missus.
Let me ask my wife. Hey babe. I know you're working
right now.
I'll
do this. Wait. Hold it up again.
Yeah.
Hold up. I'll do this.
I'm not curling it. I'm not curling.
Were tips ever touched before?
Don't curl it. Don't you curl it. Don't you curl it.
Oh, it hurt.
Don't you hug it. Hey babe, I know you're working right now, but hey, is it cool if Jeremiah and I we go to LA for?
Where's my phone? I need to text her real quick.
And we promise we'll be back, and we'll do all the dishes when we come back. And
exactly. I'll do every chore you ever wanted me to do.
Dude, the funny thing is like I'm the worst at like being like, oh babe, we should go there. Like I'm the worst at spending money. Irene is like, yeah, we're going to LA. Like I'm sure she's listening. It's like, yeah, we're going to LA.
Yeah, we've already. Yeah, she's like, I already booked the tickets.
She's like, yeah, I don't.
And I'll be over. You'll actually text me in a week, be like, yeah, we got the tickets for that. And I'll be like scrambling, like, oh shit, I actually have to buy these tickets now.
Yeah, no. Well, I stand behind my.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst at planning.
Really? I'm really good at planning.
Dude, that thing I built out there, that fireplace.
Yeah. Moons?
How many one plan.
How many? No. Oh,
not one plan.
Well, I don't plan like that either. But I mean, like at least you have the general idea.
I have an idea in my head, and then I just go for it.
Well, that's how I build.
And that's how I am for everything.
Yeah.
Like she's like,
shoot from the hip, bro.
Felicia's like, oh, this Saturday, let's do this and this. And I'm like, we'll see how it goes.
What's the old saying? Come now, raise later, right? Like ejaculate now, have a kid, raise them later.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Whoa, I don't know that it got that far, but it's something like that.
I read it in a magazine once. It seemed like good advice. I don't know. If you are not married, don't follow that advice. That's literally only for married people.
Don't do any of that.
Yeah.
That's a horrible idea.
That's advice for married people.
Pill Talk Army. Don't listen to this guy.
And we are now done with the segment of what not to do.
If there's going to be love, wear a glove. Just gonna say that.
If there's love,
it's like Alex said. Alex said, "Come now, raise later." I was just following his advice.
Yeah, bro.
I was just following his advice.
I reckon he was talking.
He told me straight. Looked me straight in the eye and he said,
"Yeah,
go for it."
Yeah, but you're still like, but he's also taking Eprovage off for his hair. And look how that's going.
Oh, the Vaj,
the Eprovage.
Does look a little better, maybe.
Yeah, but it's just my hair getting. No, it's just my hair getting longer.
A little thicker.
It's just my hair.
A little fuller.
No, not at all.
I want to run my hand through it.
Look at this.
I want to run my hand through it.
No, don't run it through.
Don't
mess it up. I look like a stray cat. You know how long it takes me for it to be like make it look like it's put together. Just look at it.
I'm looking. Looks
thicker. No, you
healthier?
See that little healthier? That's a sinkhole right there. Yeah, dude.
You wouldn't notice if you didn't. You weren't looking for it.
People are looking.
Nobody's looking.
Yeah. People are looking for Waldo when they're fighting my hair.
One comment saying, Alex is bald as shit.
Hey, why does he look like that?
Alex is bald as shit.
Yeah, dude.
We haven't got any hater mail.
Well, it's coming. It's coming. And it's going to be dark. So. We're going to get one and we're going to cry.
I hope so.
We're going to be depressed for a month.
Yeah, speaking of hater stuff, dude. Like, I know we touched on it a little bit last time.
Yeah.
But Twitter.
Twitter is. We need to stay off of it.
Toxic, dude.
We need to stay off of
it. It is.
Don't go there.
I didn't know that.
Did you try to post something? You got in trouble?
No. We haven't gotten in trouble for anything. We haven't personally. It's just
everybody else.
I've had an account on Twitter for years, but I've never really logged into it or paid any attention. But now with our with the podcast, I put it on there, and so now I get a lot of feedback from the people that I follow, and so I see all the comments and stuff. It is terrible.
Are they mean?
Dude. Not to us.
Oh,
just the people that I follow.
The people that you follow. You're
of course, we're not that cool yet.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually, someday, we might get some hate mail.
Yeah.
Some hate comments.
Yeah.
But I was just, I've just been, the people that I follow, I get the like, oh, so and so gets because
everybody's getting in trouble.
And I've kind of figured it out. It's like okay, this is they actually get direct links to these celebrities. Mm-hmm. Like people actually get direct links to these people. Yeah. They can actually talk to them. And they say terrible things.
So mean, dude. So mean.
Terrible things.
And I'm not afraid of the mean things because I feel like people are trying to get a response out of you. What I'm more
That's
fearful
what they're doing, yeah, for
what
sure.
I'm more fearful of, like the people like Kevin Hart and all these people who have been doing this for decades, right?
Right.
And people are finding dirt on them of things they've posted a decade ago.
Right.
And they're saying, oh, look what Kevin Hart said, or look for what Chris D'Elia said, or whatever. And then they're like, oh, this is what they're doing. And they destroy them. It's so much so that people lose sponsorships nowadays.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Stuff. I know a gal personally in the blogging world that we see all the time on these conferences, the greatest family ever. And she said something and people read it out of context. And, dude, it hit.
Like, that slut looked terrible.
Terrible. No, but
that slut looked like a dirty house.
I don't learn no good, but
like, why would you say that?
Yeah. No, but like, and they're pretty high up.
18,
they're pretty high up in the blogging world. Like, I mean, they're really well established. And somebody saw an Instagram story, read it out of context, created this fire
what did it
out
say,
of it.
Just out of curiosity?
So they have I think 5 kids. And they're super involved. All the kids do like t-ball, and
I hope my kids are not gay.
And I think, and I'm hoping that I'm not saying this out of context or improperly, but basically the idea was she said something about just kind of giving feedback of the responses that her kids are getting from her followers. Like she'll do Instagram story one of her kids, and people are saying, "Oh my gosh, she's so cute," blah 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 blah. And then she'll do another kid, and what she's saying is like, "This is my," I think she said, "This is my youngest. He doesn't get much love from the internet." I think she said it just in such an innocent way like that. But people read it people read it in a way where, "This is my youngest. He doesn't get much likes on the internet. This is why I don't post about him." That's how people read that, which no parent in the world would ever say it like that. And she never said it that way, but that's how somebody interpreted
and stuff off of saying
I was talking to her and her husband at this last event in Atlanta. And she's like, yeah, we lost almost 6 figures.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm terrified of Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah, that was Instagram.
Though. Yeah, Twitter's scary. Dude.
That was Instagram though. But but that person that saw the comment, I think they were like a writer for BuzzFeed. So they're already in the world, and they knew that we can turn this into a fire. So they, in fact, what's John not Mayer, Legend, right? John Legend's wife's name. She's a DJ on that Link Sync battle and all that stuff.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
She's
about.
beautiful.
Christy Keegan. That's what
I don't know.
So it's Christy Keegan.
She's beautiful, whatever her name is.
So
John Legend's beautiful man, and
he is such a beautiful man,
and she's a beautiful
woman.
Forget
the topic. Let's just talk about how much of a beautiful voice that man has.
Let's move on.
Listen, if you can have a
'cause all of me loves all of you.
Listen, I know the rest of the words are really sentimental and important, but listen. So this gal from BuzzFeed tagged him like, "Hey, crazy, huh? What do you think?" And Chrissy Keegan's like, "Yeah, like I don't support that. Yeah, that's crazy. Nothing crazy." She just responded like in a supportive way
because she said that her one kid doesn't get a lot of love on the internet.
Well, but the way they spun it was the way BuzzFeed spun it was
more
like
they spinning it like she was saying that the kid wasn't as cute as the other one.
So in a way they spun it in a way if it's a real life like a real what do they call it? Not like a real housewife kind of thing, where they're saying basically, here's a person who makes money off of social media and publicity.
Right.
She believes that her youngest kid doesn't get the attention, so we're not going to post him. That's the way she spun it.
Oh, okay.
And so she tagged Chrissy Keegan, who's a mom as well, and she goes, "Chrissy Keegan, isn't this crazy?" And Chrissy Keegan's like, "Yeah, I wouldn't play favorites with social media with my kids as well."
Oh.
And then it got onto BBC News, and it got onto all these other channels. And man, I love this family so much. They're so nice. But they were like saying we had these like death threats, people, and she already suffered with. She told me she's like with like postpartum depression. She's like people were like hitting like you're the worst mom in the world, and it puts you into a dark place. And the more you try to engage to correct your name, the more you're fueling into the publicity. Because usually what people are saying nowadays that are going through this, they're saying, listen, you want to stay off the internet. Like, don't engage, don't do anything, don't even apologize. Yeah. Like stay off of it and let it die off because nobody's going to talk to you about it in a week or two. But the more you try to correct it, the more you're saying, no, that's not what I meant. No, that's not what is.
That's you bringing that up. It's what I find interesting because Brendan Shaw, I've been listening to him since he first jumped onto the scene as far as like came out of being a fighter to a podcast guy to a comedian. Yeah. Like he's huge about like don't read your comments, blah blah blah. But on Twitter, dude, he's always firing back. Yeah. And so I read that stuff and I'm like,
Bert Kreischer just got off Twitter.
It makes me kind of not. Yeah.
Bert Kreischer did because
it actually brings back my respect level of him. Like someone's like, why would you take the time to like fire back at these guys? Like,
somebody who so I have a YouTube channel, the Mr. Build channel, and so even with my following there, I get
you like to fire back.
Well, I do
because you get a lot of
because I views when I fire back, I take a screenshot. I'm never engaging these like back and forth arguments. Usually somebody writes something mean and I'll write like a funny rebuttal. I'll take a screenshot and I'll post it on my Instagram, and my Instagram following likes seeing that.
It makes big sense. It makes a ton of sense.
Because Instagram following, they're like this, you're finally shooting back.
That's what people like.
Yeah, it's comedic.
That's why Twitter is what it is, because people like that. Yeah, they like the fact that you can fire a celebrity and there's a good chance that they might come back at you.
I don't get much Instagram trolls. I don't. I really don't get much Instagram troll. Very rare that somebody on Instagram, because I'm in the woodworking community, and that community is usually pretty supportive. And if somebody does troll, maybe in the last 3 years, I might have gotten like 3 at most comments. On YouTube, it's like every 5th comment is somebody who stumbles across your stuff via keyword that they were looking, and then they just went off on you, so they destroy. So on YouTube, it's just gonna happen.
Right.
But Twitter, I think it's such a opening of an engagement back and forth that it's too easy to not only save your stuff but also like quote you, because nowadays people are getting their news from Twitter.
Right.
It's almost becoming a credible source, but it's not.
Yeah, I don't know, dark world, man. Yeah, I haven't dabbled in Twitter a whole lot until now.
We should stay off of it, dude.
I don't like
Facebook,
it,
dude.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Facebook.
It makes me uncomfortable. Like it really does. Like I don't like it one bit.
And everybody's saying this. Everybody's saying that like Twitter's no longer what it started originally. Like Twitter's now you're way too accessible. It's way too much
of a. Saying. You can access celebrities.
Back in the day when you and I were kids, the meanest thing that somebody can do is TP your house and ding dong ditch, right? But there's nothing that they said.
Or put toothpaste.
They just made things uncomfortable or inconvenient for you. Nowadays, imagine if they ding dong ditch and then left a long sense of note saying like how bad you are at life,
bad they hate you, and how ugly you are, and how stupid you are.
Yeah, bad parent, all this stuff, like all these triggers. Yeah,
it's terrible, dude. It's terrible.
Just ring my doorbell and run away. Like something and then unlike it and run away.
Yeah,
dude, you want to hurt me? That's what you hurt me.
I woke up Wednesday morning.
Yeah,
I was headed to work I go in at like 6 in the morning, so I was up at like 5 in the morning, just flipping through the old Twitter.
Yeah.
And that whole, I don't know if you saw this, but that whole McGregor Khabib thing was going on. And it was pretty terrible.
Is that where he calls her a towel?
Well, it started, people keep saying that it started from him calling her a towel, but it didn't start from that. It started from him
calling him he posted a rapist, right?
Oh, no.
Nope.
That was the last post. It started from McGregor posted a thing with Khabib standing with 2 guys with his arms around him, and the one guy had just gotten a lifetime ban for testing positive again, and he tested positive I think it was like
steroids, right?
It was like 6 times in 3 years or something. So he got a lifetime ban from the Nevada Commission, meaning basically can't fight in America ever again.
Yeah. That's one of his buddies that he's hugging.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of his buddies, and I think the other guy had tested positive before too, so it was kind of like alluding to something like, "Hey, these 2 guys." Yeah. So
questionable dudes.
Yeah, and then so Khabib came back with something kind of light. I think it was kind of lightweight, but then he came back with the whole "your wife looks like a towel," which then it was like,
and then he called him a rapist.
Then he posted the picture of McGregor standing with the woman that supposedly he had raped. And it got ugly.
Is this after or before McGregor announced his retirement?
Oh, it was way after.
Way after. Okay.
Yeah. But then he was like, I don't know, it's so weird. Because then McGregor was like, oh, I'll see you in the ring. Like
McGregor said that?
Yeah, and they're like,
but you're retired though.
So you're gonna come
not
back?
retired?
No, it's so weird, and to me that kind of explains.
Did we have this kind of stuff in the 90s?
Like Twitter's gross, man.
Did we have this kind of stuff in the 90s where there's this kind of drama, or did we still have that respect for an athlete for like being like a hero to somebody?
We did. You know what? I was just thinking about today. This is gonna sound. It's probably kind of a far stretch, but it's like nowadays, like my kids' high school and stuff. It's all closed campus, right? And that's just like
meaning
Twitter.
They can't leave. Right?
It's all And to me, so I'm stretching. I'm stretching. I'm sorry. I'm
right,
stretching,
bro. All right, cool. You're almost 40.
This is just like social media. So social media, you're stretching.
Okay.
Because I don't actually see you on social media. No. I can see what you're posting, but I don't see you. I can't actually touch you.
No.
So
I wish you could. Though.
A lot of course I would. I touch you softly and supply.
I just know you would treat me like a Southern Belle.
But
as I'm stroking this S, dude, you know how weird this is? The word Punisher, I'm stroking this S.
When you were in high school, it was a closed campus?
Open campus.
Campus.
You can go off campus for lunch.
Mine was an open campus too.
That's America right there.
All right. So I'm going to stretch with this one. So for me, I grew up with an open campus.
Okay.
And if we had differences,
open campus, closed legs, bro. That's the way America should be.
If we had differences with people, you know when all the good fights happened?
Okay.
During lunchtime. We would go to like a church nearby. We'd go to a big. It was often at a church.
You had it anointed?
Very often it was at a church.
Dude,
church parking lot.
That's the kind of fight I
want to be part of. Church parking lot.
Where a priest gives you a blessing.
9 times out of 10, if there's going to be a fight at lunchtime, it was a church parking lot.
Dude, that's dope.
Because it's empty.
That's anointed.
At noon on a weekday, there ain't nobody at a church parking lot.
That's the what is it?
But this is my stretch.
Crucible? Is that what they are?
This is my crucible.
In the name of the Lord.
Usually right before I got into a fight, I'd be like, crucify me.
No, don't say that.
Whoa.
That's not right, dude.
But I would.
I'm talking about more of like the medieval times where they were conquered kingdoms. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
come
exactly.
You can't say
this with my cross shield.
50 Cent playing in the background. This is how we do. Church. So was a church next to school? You guys had to go out of your way to find the church.
I grew up in Southeast Idaho, brother. There's Mormon churches everywhere. Everywhere you go. Even now, even over here, we're not Mormon driven. We're not Mormon driven, but there's still churches everywhere.
Because when I was a kid, it was more of like 4:00 by the flagpole, and that's right where the bus is parked. With you guys, you have to like relocate.
Where the bus is parked?
Yeah, bro. That's the most American thing you can do. You
put the flag next to up.
What?
It's gonna get broken up if you're by the church by the buses.
Well, yeah. I mean, usually these fights don't go that far into it.
Well, they don't go too long, but
it's me in your face and then you hit the ground, bro.
Well, that was the point. That's kind of where I'm getting at. Is like we used to have open campuses. Like we had differences or problems.
Did you guys ever?
We'd go and we'd solve it, dude. Yeah. We'd go and we solve it.
Yeah.
And now they have closed campuses. All high schools are closed campus.
So what do they do now?
They're all closed campus.
No. So what do they do? So if there's a confrontation or some beef.
I don't want to get dark, but people bring guns to school. That's what they do.
Dark,
they bring weapons to school.
Has Golden been in a fight at school yet?
Not that I know.
No, you know.
He hasn't told me.
Has he shared a story of like somebody else who had a fight at school? Are kids fighting nowadays, or did we lose that?
I don't hear it. Probably.
Are we not praying in schools or fighting in schools?
I don't think so.
That's sad world, bro. I don't want to live in that kind of world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's rough. Times are tough these days.
I'm a type of dude. You say amen, and then you bust.
That was kind of my point. It's like I came from an open campus. Like you'd fight it out at school.
I like when you say open campus. It almost sounds like a freedom of religion or speech.
It kind of was, dude.
Bro, America was founded on the concepts of
here's
open
the thing.
Campus.
At noon, I could go wherever the fuck I wanted to go, dude.
If I want a roast beef sandwich,
these kids are stuck in school, dude. They can't do anything.
Do they at least?
And you're not going to go scrap. If you want to go scrap, you're not going to scrap in school.
Do you know what we did?
Well, sometimes you would.
We did. So we
if it got real, you would.
Well, I don't know if I really got. I don't know. Maybe because when I was a kid in school, we created a lot of practice environments for fun to get all this rage out of us. Here's what I mean by it.
Dude.
So a lot of the dudes, I never really played sports in college or in high school, and so what a lot of the dudes who actually did play like football, they were also TAs for the weight coach, right? And so because they were TAs with the weight coach, they had keys or access to keys to the gym. So I remember what a lot of dudes would do. They'd get the keys and during lunch open up the gym, and we would slap box or box for unofficial, almost like an underground.
That's not real bitterness though.
But it was kind of like, hey, you should. Like people like the people would anoint who's doing it next. The people would speak
for the people, by
and,
the people.
And I remember I got to participate once or twice. And once I kind of I think the first time I kind of won, and the second time I'm pretty sure I lost. And you know how people are great. It's not like you got knocked out, but it's like that dude landed way more punches. Yeah, like, they landed more punches and
Alex
stuff like that.
Alex is the badass.
But that's how we kind of do it. You got all that out of your system, so there's no reason to have anything above and beyond. Because usually, like if there's some negativity, there's some smack talk during the school day. They're like, hey, somebody will start talking like, oh, we're gonna orchestrate this thing. Hey, during lunch, come over there and get your rage out. So we never actually. I maybe throughout high school, I remember one or two fights. And keep in mind, I graduated high school in 2006, and so like even there, you were in the 90s,
yeah,
right?
I remember seeing fights, dude, legitimate fights.
Yeah, but you also got to figure out like realize that.
But they were fun. They were back the next day. They'd come back to school the next day.
You got to create environments.
And things
were
great.
Yeah,
they would shake.
These hormonal kids need to bust a nut or punch somebody.
9 times out of 10, they would shake hands at the end of it.
Yeah.
Even though they, I saw kids get knocked out. I saw some gnarly things.
I remember one dude.
But they were always cool at the end of it, dude.
I'm bad with names, but you're really good with names. I remember in high school, one dude beat the living snot out of this other dude. And there's this like one dude was chubby and short, and the other dude was tall and skinny. And the chubby and short one beat the snot out of this tall and skinny guy. And his face was just blue because the short and chubby guy just went ba 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 ba, like Rambo'd his ass. Blue, like I'm talking about, not just like a black and white, like literally it was just like the first third of his face was blue.
Like cyanotic, like I didn't see it
they
coming.
Were so nice to each other the next day. Like both of them, mutual respect. Not like one guy's like, yeah, you want to talk. There was none of that. Yeah, there was none of that. You got your rage out.
You worked it out.
Yeah, I believe in that. I believe those are great founding memories or concepts that we need to believe in.
I saw some terrible things, like some terrible
nowadays because they're doing vape battles.
Fish hook, like some fish hooking a dude, like beating the tar out of somebody.
See, in our school, we couldn't blame clothes hangers.
And the next day, they're best friends.
Yeah, it's true.
Fish hooking is like a thing you do with your finger, dude.
Hold on a second, bro. When these guys are fighting,
you ain't
never fingers in each other's mouth?
Yeah.
Dude!
You don't know nothing about a fish hooking a guy when you're fighting him?
Dude got deep-throated with 4 fingers.
Well,
no gag.
Say we got that jiu-jitsu technique now. So if someone turns their back to you, like we're jumping for a choke probably.
Okay.
But back in the day when you didn't know any better, if you're socking a guy up and he turns his back, you're fish hooking him to bring him back to you, and then you're even better if you fish hook a guy and bring him back and then you sock him right in the face. It's so good. I almost spilled it.
You know what I'd have done?
Oh, that would have been the worst.
I would have gone against the grain. I would mess with the guys.
We would have stopped this and deleted the whole.
I would have. I would
have
questioned the guy's masculinity. I wouldn't fish hook him. Here's the best I would do. I take my fingers and I put it on his lips. and he goes like, "Bro, you're my lips." And then he's distracted, and then upper hook, straight for the mandible.
Tell him to stop.
Yeah.
Win now.
And then I quote somebody. I go, in the words of John Legend, say what you need to say. Or is that Mayer? I think it's just John Mayer. That's heresy. I just come here.
Love there. Yeah. Your body is a wonderland.
Say what you need.
Your body is a wonderland.
Very gently, index finger on the lips. Say what you need to say. And the guy's like, "What does that mean, bro?" And I was like, "You know what it means. You know what it means. Your body's a wonderland." And then I throw in a little bit of Enrique Iglesias. That's what I do. I mess with them. I throw them off the trail.
Then you open hand slap.
I can be. That's what I do. Wow. I mess with him, dude. Guy's question. He goes, "What does he want from me?" And I was like, "That's okay, bro.
I can be a hero, baby.
I can kiss away the pain. I can stand right here forever." I don't know. Never heard the song. I don't know where that came from.
What was that tennis player's name that was in that video? Oh man,
I never saw the video.
Smoking hot, dude.
Bro? Oh, it's
No, it's a chick.
Oh, okay. Because the way you kind of introduced the
Why
character,
why would he sing that song to a guy?
I don't know, dude. He's Latino. They know how Spanish are. They're very open to the sexuality.
I don't know how Spanish are, dude.
You ever seen a
I
pool
do
boy,
not
bro?
know how Spanish are.
Some of the best massages I got were from pool boys,
Jeez,
dude.
wow.
I don't know, dude.
Wow,
I don't
I'm
discriminate.
impressed. I'm
A
impressed.
massage is a massage.
I'm
to
not
me.
mad. I'm impressed, dude.
Well, you know, dude, that's why you're
It
so
was
close-minded.
cornucova.
Yeah, maybe you should stop-
cornucova. It's something.
Stop putting your fingers in dudes' mouths and accept the other cultures in this world that we're living in.
You know, I wish I could stand here and say that I actually fish took a guy, but I never did. But
You fisted a guy instead?
whoa,
That's when you punched him.
Whoa.
That's when you punched him.
Whoa.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know what fisting is.
no, never happened. Think about it though.
Oh, man. So many fighting techniques.
Hey,
We're going to call this
It's
bit
a wrestling
How to Fight. Yeah.
It's a wrestling technique too.
Is that a legal move?
Yeah,
That's
fish hook
interesting.
guy.
Grab
Turn
the
him.
guy. Can you do that thing where you grab the guy as like a bass and grab him by the
Have you?
mandible?
Have you? You probably
Scrapped?
haven't. It was it's kind of a judo thing.
Yeah.
Screwdriver. When you're
Only in the mornings during
it-
breakfast.
Yeah, I love screwdrivers, dude. Mimosas and screwdrivers. No, you know when you're grappling jiu-jitsu wise or whatever, and the guy turtles, and you can't do
Yep.
anything really. You really can't do anything.
Yep.
If you, I'll do it gently, but it's called the screwdriver. I just died. It's called the screwdriver.
Too many fingers, bro.
You just dig it in.
Yeah.
You dig it in there. Yeah, it hurts.
That's what the move is? You just dig
It's a
right there?
screwdriver.
Oh,
It's
on the outside.
If I turtle,
Yeah.
like for me,
Yeah.
if you got my back, I'll just turtle up.
Yeah.
And so you can't actually get the
I've learned
choke in.
2 to 3
When you use a screwdriver,
moves from the
then they've got to lift their head up,
Oh,
and then you
that's
go
true.
for the rear naked or whatever.
I've learned 3 different approaches as somebody's in turtle, but I always question how often do people actually go into turtle. I've gone into turtle once, but I'm a very amateur person.
Yeah, I'll turtle all the time.
Really?
If we're just doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a very
Why wouldn't
effective guard? Is that what it is? Like a defensive move? Is it a very
I mean, I'm going
effective?
to, I'll
'Cause I feel like you're just
very
exposing yourself.
rarely get into someone taking my back. But
And
if
the only
they do
reason
take my back,
yeah.
then yeah. You know, for me, they would, back when I used to train a lot, then they would put us in these defensive positions.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to start out in with someone having my back or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so that would be the first thing I turn to is go to turtle. But
Interesting. And the only reason I say this,
especially have the flexibility where you can just kind of slump down.
but there's a lot of approaches to attacking somebody in turtle. That's the thing. Like to me, I always felt like if I go in turtle, if this is a guy who's in the same class as me, he's seen these same moves of like if somebody's in turtle, here's how you get them. First of all, you take your knee and you slide it between their arm and their leg, and then if you can't get in there, grab their belt and the top collar, and then pull them and jerk them and shake them and put your knee in there, and then you can lead it into like the crucifix and whatnot, But
maybe,
but
maybe he'll just stay right there.
if you're just super tight,
Yeah.
interesting. That's true. I think I need to experience more people who are in turtle that I can't get them out of turtle. But I put myself in turtle once, and when I did it, first of all, I had no energy, and this guy was so aggressive, and that was just my way of being like, okay, let's just survive a few more minutes kind of thing. Yeah. But I felt so weak when I went into turtle because I was like, you feel so helpless. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if I'm at least on my side, I could frame, I could do something to prevent him from it. But if I'm not even looking at the guy and I'm just closing in, I felt so vulnerable, dude. So alone.
Yeah, so alone and helpless.
Just me and Enrique.
Help me.
Cosas de amor, cosas de la vida. Mi Aguilar.
Ayúdame.
Yo que soy.
Ayúdame.
Not a single Spanish word was that actually. That was just nothing. That's what we call Spanglish.
Mi banza.
Yeah.
I know
Dude, that's insulting to me and the Hispanic culture.
4 words. But yeah.
I
survived
Can I
plenty.
brag on something in jiu-jitsu right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jack just got his yellow stripe belt.
Boom. I don't know what that means. But it sounds cool.
Well, it's just the next thing for the kids. It's the one belt that's like after the white belt. It's a white belt with a yellow stripe completely around it. And dude's talking crap to me too. He's like, Dad, how come you still only have your white belt? Like, it's not that easy, bro.
Jack,
we can't do the same move. So I have my 3rd stripe. I sent you my picture. Tomorrow I'm testing for my 4th stripe. That is the purple drill.
Oh, I was going to ask you, did you go to the Keith days?
The what days?
Keith days.
Keith days?
I don't know.
He had a seminar.
Yeah.
I didn't go to
They call it Keith Days.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't go to a seminar. It's like $80
That's too
or
bad.
something like that. It costs money.
That sucks.
I'm not full of it. I mean,
My buddy was...
actually, it's pretty... I mean, he puts on seminars pretty frequently, often. And I'd like to make it on that.
Well, I guess this was a big deal that was called
Really?
the Keith Days.
Maybe it's
like a big...
Is this recently?
This was last weekend.
Really?
This last weekend.
Keith Days.
Keith Days is what they called it.
Do I need a coupon?
I just know it. Maybe.
I would.
20% off.
Yeah, use the
$9.95.
promo code KEITH 2019. Yeah.
No, my buddy Preston, the guy that actually learned my shit from, I didn't learn it from him, but we grew up learning it together, I would say. But he now has his own school and all this stuff.
Does he really?
Super, yeah.
Is this
super
guy,
happy for him? Super.
Idaho Falls or Twin? I don't know where you talk.
It wasn't Idaho Falls, and now he's in Montana now.
Okay.
He's got his own school in Montana, but
he's
gotten his belt progressions, I guess, from Keith.
Yeah. Oh, really?
So yeah,
that's cool.
He brought one of his students down to get his purple belt, I think. He's got his brown belt through Keith.
I did recently see somebody post something on Facebook. Mr. Keith, Professor Keith posted on his Facebook promoting somebody to a purple belt recently. Is that him? Or is that somebody else?
It might have been.
Was he wearing a blue gi and getting a purple belt?
I don't know.
Does he look like a
redheaded
feller?
I don't know.
A little bit on the husky side, but like a redheaded.
Okay. Preston.
I mean, but like a really attractive redhead. But like if I was, if I was in middle school,
thing or what?
No, not like Andrew. No, more of like this guy looks like he's an accountant.
My buddy brought one of his students down to get promoted to a belt level.
That could have been him.
I believe he's a brown belt through Keith. Really? Keith. But he's got his own school. Like I'm super happy, and it's super like if I don't know. Yeah. Maybe if I would have, that's what I think. Maybe if I would have stuck with it, I might have be starting my own school too. I'm not.
I'm gonna start a sign language school. Yeah.
But do a belt system there.
So much of a bunch of brown belt and black belt ASL kids walking around. American Sign Language kids just dropping king signs.
That's how judo is.
Is it? Is it quick? Is it
straight to brown belt?
Is it faster to be promoted in judo?
It's not faster. You just go from white to brown, and then it's like a 10-year thing from brown to black. There's only 2 belts. I mean, who knows how it is now. It's like your green belt thing.
So tell me this. Explain to me.
It's like your green belt thing.
Don't put it down like that. I'm working hard for it, dude.
I'm gonna put it down like that.
You never support anything I do.
It's like Taekwondo kids getting their black belts when they're.
Should I not tell you when I get my green belt? Should I be like? Should I just keep it a secret?
Sure. Don't breathe so hard into the mic, dude.
This is my mic. I'll breathe however
I'll breathe anyway.
I'm so sad. Irina's throwing this catered event when I'm getting
really?
I hope she does.
I won't go.
Well, you know what, bro? We lost
your belt. I will. Your blue belt, I'll come. Stop breathing like that, bro.
I want people to know how frustrated I am right now with you. You never support me in anything.
We've already talked about this.
You never support me in anything.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's not real, but you already talked about it.
Well, it's green belt.
Never heard of her. Never heard of her, bro.
Times are changing.
Green belt? Never heard of her.
Yeah. If somebody comes in here and be like, hey, dude, I'm transsexual. And you're like, oh, never heard of it? I mean, what you going to do? No, it's either, straight or...
Tran or... Trisexual. I'm into it, bro.
Quadsexual, bro. Quadsexual.
Quad?
Bro. Yeah, non-gender binary.
4-way. My way.
1 way, bro.
Look me up.
Yeah.
Shoot me your digits.
So we're gonna have to figure something out because I won't be around next week to record. So we're gonna have to do maybe a weekend recording this weekend kind of thing. I'm in Atlanta, Hotlanta. Shout out to Hotlanta, doing a little opening party with Home Depot. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Opening? What's opening?
Well, usually every time they have a new program that we're signing on to, they do a big hoorah thing. So the first year was Atlanta. The second year it was in New York. We went to Facebook Corporate HQ. Ever heard of Facebook, bro? We were there.
Never.
And so this year we're going back to Atlanta, which they were debating about going to YouTube in LA, but I'm bummed out we're not doing that. But
cool.
Pretty jazzed up. The missus and I are heading out.
Going to Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm
getting the ATL.
Yeah, I talked. I can negotiate my contract to have her come out with us too. I'm really thankful for that because we always have a lot of fun. I'm trying to.
So they'll pay for her to come too.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I just gotta negotiate them contracts. My rule of thumb is my rule of thumb is if you don't ask, you don't get, bro.
That's good.
What's the worst they can say? They say no.
No, right?
Yeah. It's like, okay, cool. Let's go back to our original contract.
All right, pal.
It's simple as that. If you don't ask, you don't tell. You know how often that works? I kid you not. I remember one brand reached out to her like, "Hey, we want to do this project with you guys," and they're like, "We're offering $1,500 for a blog post," and I said, offer them $2,500. And she goes, "Hey, because of this and this other thing, my price are $2,500." They go, "Great, $2,500 it is."
Cool.
Yeah, like you wouldn't have gotten
like
an extra $1,000. Yeah,
it's like every Craigslist thing, you know. When you
don't ask, don't touch.
You know, someone's posting something for $1,000, you'd be like, "Hey, I give you $800 for it."
Yeah, right now.
The worst they can say is like, "All right, well,
what pisses me off?
Give me $900."
What pisses me off when people go of the low, which I know how the game goes, but they'll say like, "Okay, $800." Cash. I'm like, oh no, I was gonna go with Bitcoin. I'm glad you offered me cash. Like,
I've got the Bitcoin
like,
in my pocket.
That's not a selling factor. You could say like, okay, $800 and I'll come meet you at your house. Like, that's fine. Like that way we don't have to. I don't have to drive anywhere. Make it easier for me. Don't
see what makes me angry is when people post a price and they don't say firm, and then you're like, all right, well, I'll give you this much, and then they're like, no,
insulted?
I want this much, and like, then why don't you just say firm?
I never say firm.
Why didn't you say firm when
you
posted it?
I've only written firm once.
Well, if that's what you want, like it's.
Do you think when you walk into Albertsons and something says $10, you go $6?
That's part of the game, though, Alex. That's part of the Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. It's part of the game, the fun part of it. Like, why would you buy anything off? Why would you buy anything, anything at all off the internet if there wasn't a little game to it? Like eBay. Why
it's always a game.
eBay's so popular because you have this opportunity to bid on things. You know what
I
mean?
But the price never goes down on eBay. It only goes up. It never goes like, this is $50. You're like, cool, 35. Well, you can't bid. Like, you just can't. Now, if I post on Craigslist for $100 and you're like, dude, I'll give you 200. You know, I'd be like, all right, cool. Let the games begin.
Say no.
But that's where the games begin. To me, the way I usually do it, I'll post a number and I usually mark it up about maybe 10% because I know about the game.
That's why.
I know the game. So if somebody lowballs me
Everybody
so bad.
knows the game.
If somebody lowballs me like in an obnoxious way, let's say you post something for $100 and they go $30. Would you take $30? And you're like, no,
$2.
You're not allowed to play the game, bro.
That's fine.
Screen time's over.
That's fine.
Tell your mom to take the iPad back. But if they go, would you take 70? And then you go, I'll tell you what, I'll get rid of it for 90. I get that kind of game.
Right.
But not like, oh, it's $100. Would you take $10? Or would you know, like, no, dude.
Well, right. You just cut those guys off, though.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
That's fine.
That's what I do. I never post something and be like,
nothing wrong with that.
I'll never post something like $5 under retail value and then expect to get that. No, I'll mark it up because I know that there's a game to be played.
There's a game.
There's always a game
to be played. Hey.
Yo,
do you play that game, son?
I play that game, bro.
That's the fun, to me, that's the fun part of
that's called the
all internet sales. That's dark arts.
That's dark arts,
bro. Well, because whether you want to admit it or not, you do get off on it as far as like
it's kind of fun
bidding.
It's kind of fun. It's fun to win over somebody in the midst.
You're like, oh, you want $1,000 for that? I'll give you $800 for that, and they're like, all right, and you're like, boom! Even though they probably only wanted $700 for it.
I felt so bad. I sold a table saw, a brand new table saw, like a portable DeWalt one, on Craigslist for like $15 more than what it goes for retail value at the store.
Well, and you got it for free.
I got it for free, but I sold it for that, and I felt so bad because I didn't realize after it was sold that I was like, oh. Crap! I just sold it for $15 less than what it, or more than that. They sold it as a brand new.
They go to Home Depot and buy it for you.
Yeah, and I felt so bad.
You're an asshole.
I felt so bad, but I was like, hey.
I also feel like you sold the thing that I won on YouTube.
Did you want a table saw? You don't have a table saw?
I have a table saw.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, I won something from you from some YouTube thing.
Oh yeah.
And you sold it.
No, you want it? I'll get you it.
I don't even know what it was. I don't remember.
I know what it was.
It was some nail thing.
Yeah, it was a Makita pin nailer, 23 gauge pin nailer. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Guess what, brother?
You sold it.
Nope. I'm going to bring it next time.
For 10 times the amount.
I tell you what. Hey, I'm going to make things right. I'm going to bring it next time. You're a proud owner. Congratulations, Jeremiah Peterson. You're a proud owner. You're a proud owner of a Makita. We're posing right now if you're listening only. And we're still posing. Here we go. And this one's for the troops.
We love you all.
Yeah. You're a proud owner of the Makita pin nailer.
Love Makita.
Yeah, 23 gauge.
Makita kills it though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they do. It's a 23 gauge pin nailer. So it's like, can I tell you what it is?
You're talking about all disappointing.
Can I tell you what you're interrupting my big moment right now. You know,
it's a horrible piece of machine.
Retails for $2,000.
No, it doesn't. But you can tell me that, and I'll be like, yeah, it does. Look at what I won. I'll post it on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
Look what I won. I won that 2 years ago, and I never got it.
Yeah. Well, it got lost in all that shipping stuff.
I'm sure it did. There was a lot of kickback.
I actually use it today.
You son of a bitch. God.
I'm just working. I'm working out the kinks.
I don't want to be too mean to these mics, but God.
Hey! Listen, bro.
That's me slightly pushing them away. That's me slightly pushing them away, dude. In a slightly aggressive manner.
You're being a real Jussie Smollett right now.
I'll fucking Smollett you.
Jussie Smollett.
I'll hire you to kick the shit out of me, and then I'll Smollett the shit out of you, bro. Watch me do it.
Wait, when you
watch me do it.
When you Smollett somebody, is that when you put a fish hook in that?
That's what you should. I just Smolletted you.
Oh, okay, look. Okay, so he's going for the rear naked. Notice the hooks, and then see how he's going.
Smollett.
He's going for the Darce, but nope, he fish hooks him. That's how fish hook.
He goes in for the Darce choke, but then he Smollets him.
By the way,
I'm gonna call it like the Darce now
choke.
on.
I just recently learned that too.
Darce is so great.
The Darce is it hurts so.
You don't have a lot of long.
Oh, dude,
are your arms long?
Oh, dude, these right here.
Whoa,
I will
bro.
keep you right here.
These peaks.
Dude, I will. Oh, you like that right there?
I do.
That's not even me trying, bro.
Dang,
that's just natural muscle memory.
Dang.
Hey, look at that, bro. It's the Himalayas right there.
Wow.
Yeah. Every once
in
a while.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
Oh, dude, that's not even flexing. That's just flaccid. Feel that. That's flaccid. That's flaccid.
Jeepers.
Dude, that's a flaccid bicep right there.
Yeah.
Imagine if I flex. Imagine if I put one in
Every
the chamber.
time I've seen you, you're flaccid. It's kind of weird.
Whoa, dude. You don't want to see me 10 hut?
Yeah, I do.
You don't want to see me 10 hut up in here? That's weird, bro. You know, I don't perform well at high altitudes. Dude, we got to wrap this thing up, man. This is getting inappropriate. I don't want to start talking about Trump here in a second, because I have a few things I want to share and get off my back before we end. No.
Are you Trump 2020?
I hope not. I want to try something else. I don't want to
try though. Bernie Sanders.
No, I like the right
socialism.
I like the Republican Party, but let's try somebody else.
Maybe they can throw something else.
I just want somebody. that people are
real quick though. Yeah. I feel like Trump is like, I don't really want to do it. Like he's like throwing out the Trump 2020, but he's like, I don't really want to.
He's kind of going no tagbacks.
I mean,
he. I see.
I think it's fair to say that he's aged a lot over the last 4 years.
I think he matured.
It was
he matured. I mean, it's not tremendous maturity.
No, I think it aged him.
Well, he has
quite a bit.
It has to. I mean, it's such a stressful
job. No, for sure.
Imagine being the person who's in charge of trying to make everybody happy, and you know it's never going to happen.
Well, and he's also a huge social media guy, and
that's the problem.
Shitloads of hate.
You can't do that. You can't be that reachable.
He gets mad hate all the time.
But I heard somebody say this, that that's actually his strategist person.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost, by him being so reachable, is him almost like beating people to the punchline kind of thing.
Well, I agree with that.
Yeah, I get it.
But you're still paying attention to what's happening on social media. 100%. Which
it's too much.
It would be a lot of stress on you.
It's too much.
To just deal with that.
So listen, here's what I'll say. I'm a right wing kind of feller.
He's a right.
I just want some. Here's what's bothering me right now. Nothing's bothering me about Trump right now. In fact, people are like, "Oh, Trump is," and they acted like the world's gonna be over.
You want Putin, don't you?
Pootie for 2020.
Pootie
for 2020.
Pootie 2020.
But listen, here's the problem that I'm having.
You want to make us shirts for Pootie 2020?
I'm not having a problem with him. I'm having a problem with how divisive this dang country is. But it's so divisive. And it's one thing if you're like, oh no, I'm just way left and you're way not like that. What I mean is I've legitimately had conversations with somebody numerous amount of people who, when you make a Trump joke, just joke, they get so angry. Not because they're right wing, because they're like they hate him so much.
Yeah. See, I won't even entertain people like that. Like I won't even entertain it. Like I won't even entertain it. Like if you're that angry about anything political wise, dude, don't talk to me.
No, it's
like don't talk to me. Like I'm dead serious. Like I will not entertain you if you come at me any type of political stance where you're that mad that you're gonna like yell or shout or did you listen to the Fighter and the Kid when they had jeez, I can't even remember his name. He was a fucking comedian. He was a fucking comedian. Okay. And he was so angry. Yeah, the whole thing was there's been two Fighter and the Kids that I've actually turned off during.
Really?
And it was Brian Colban?
I don't know.
Colban? I don't know. He was super socialist, super like anti-Trump. Which is fine.
That's fine.
It's fine.
But don't divide over it. Like,
you can be anti-Trump all you want, dude.
Why did we lose that simple concept where you like Ford, I like Chevy, we're not going to hate each other?
Right.
Like, whatever happened
we'll talk shit.
Yeah!
Be like, hey, how are you walking with your Ford?
Yeah, I heard you want to take away my gun.
It's a joke.
Right? Like,
it's a joke.
Fine. Like, but that's the part about it. And it's never it's almost, you see more right-wing people trying to be like, all right, cool, we'll not voice anything. And it's like liberals are trying to destroy people. And I'm like, listen, I don't care. And I've heard some right-wing people go off. They're there, for sure. But people, learn how to dish it and take it. That is it. Gosh, that is it, man.
Like, take it all you want. Like, don't.
Yeah.
Like, be anti-Trump.
You made a anti-Trump joke. You made a Putin joke.
Hate Trump all you want.
Yeah.
But be pro-American.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
Don't be against
Be
people.
pro-American.
How about we stop being divisive, man?
It's all good. Hate Trump all you want. Like, he makes some bad decisions. Yeah. It's fine. He says some bad things. That's fine.
How about we wait it out?
But we want to be better?
That's a beautiful thing about this country is you have as a president this many terms, and then you can be back into it this many times. And that is it. And then guess what? Somebody else gets a turn. And in the meantime, how about we wait? Like, that's fine. And then somebody else will be in power that somebody else disagrees on. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to wait. That's it.
We had Obama for 8 years. A lot
of
people say that might have been the worst president ever.
The world is so jacked up. And there's not one single person in presidency on any side of the political party who's going to fix it. Not a single one. Yeah. So how about
not one man?
There's just too many problems.
Not one man, not one woman will ever.
How many trillions of dollars are we in debt? How do you fix our problems? That? You don't. So how about we just wait till the person's term's over and then we try somebody else? That is it. And learn to love another person who doesn't believe in your things.
ELE, bro. Everybody love everybody.
Dude.
Like, that would solve a lot of things. Don't be mad at people. Just love each other, dude.
Oh, that's the part. Right? I would be this stuff like this is taking me off of Twitter. ELE, man.
Everybody love everybody.
Yeah, ELE.
That's how it should be.
Don't fish hook anybody though. Don't do it. That's just
do it if it solves your issue for the day.
I'll kick a guy in the groin before I fish hook somebody.
If this solves your issue for the day, fish hook a guy.
Yeah,
dude. You know what?
Dude, I'll gouge somebody in the eye.
If it solves you from bringing a gun to school or bringing a weapon to school the next day, dude, fish hook a guy.
I don't even have a fishing license right now. Do you think I can just throw these hooks around? That's not right, dude. That's not right. I feel like the game warden is just watching you.
Who's the game warden?
Dude. The game warden? You ever heard of him? That the guys are regulating these Idaho fishing games.
They shouldn't. Yeah.
You ever heard of them, bro?
They're terrible too.
Are you still pouring bleach?
Bring that up. Bring that up, just like socialism, bro. I'll get mad at both.
You're such a Bernie
You're
right
BLM?
now, bro. You're such a Bernie.
F your BLM and F Bernie Sanders, bro.
F Bernie Sanders. Listen, oh my gosh,
that's all I'm saying.
Listen, man, we gotta send these people out some love. How about we've
gone way too long.
Good vibes. Hey guys, let's just love everybody. How about that? How about we love each other's neighbors? Don't love your neighbors, just love your friends' neighbors. E.
I'm kind of doing that.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
Jared's doing American Sign Language right now. We're so bad.
Everybody love everybody.
They can use captions.
It's that easy.
Did you just grab my
I
ass?
just grabbed Alex's ass. It was super hot.
That's such a Trump thing, too. Can I just say that's such a Trump thing?
Grab him by the booty.
Oh. Yelly.
I'll keep it, yeah.
Hey,
I'll
folks.
keep it PG-13.
Hey, love each other, support each other, and just chill out.
Love you guys.
Episode 10.
Episode 10.
Like,
double
comment,
digits.
share, subscribe.
We're the best.
Shabbat shalom.